Hi, I'm Angela B. Pan, and I'm a professional Washington, D.C. photographer. I like shooting the Smithsonian museums because each one is so different. There's opportunities to shoot so many different things. And here are my tips for shooting the Smithsonian museums. The Smithsonian museums don't allow tripods, so get creative and use ledges, banisters, or anything else to steady your camera. And my second tip is, when shooting through glass, turn off your flash so you can avoid reflections in your pictures. And my third tip is, try capturing your subject from a different point of view. The elephant in the Natural History Museum is the centerpiece of the museum. What I wanted to do is capture it in a different angle. Try looking for different perspectives, like this one looking down. I saw a lot of people shooting it from the front, so I wanted to go behind it and try to capture something different that people haven't seen before. It just provides a different point of view of the subject. The jellyfish was a little bit difficult because the aquarium was so dark. So I propped my lens really close to the glass and held it as steady as I could without any flash so I wouldn't get any reflection.
Welcome to the Americana Hotel, celebrating 50 years of clean, comfortable, convenient, affordable, and friendly accommodations to Washington, D.C. travelers. During 2013, and subject to availability, we're offering all of our standard rooms for just $63 in honor of our opening in 1963. Don't waste your money on an overpriced hotel room in D.C. Stay just 5 minutes away in Crystal City for up to 50% less. You'll get comparable amenities and more, plus a free shuttle, continental breakfast, and Wi-Fi.
Fame, it didn't define me. It certainly was a part of my career, but it doesn't define me who I am as a chef and a cook. I started to realize that the growth that was happening in Frederick was also pretty extraordinary. It was time to open a restaurant.
I'm from Frederick. I always knew that I was going to open a restaurant in Frederick, Maryland, so I opened Volt.
There's so much agriculture around the area. Our philosophy in the restaurants are local, sustainable, and organic.
I spend time, actually going to these places and actually introducing myself to the farmer and actually seeing their product and where it's coming from. So that's important to me as a cook and a chef. Not only that, a lot of our guests, they want to know where their product is coming from.
People were a little skeptical about coming into this restaurant because it was a celebratory and still is a celebratory restaurant. It's something they've never seen here in the community. Top Chef certainly helped us put it over the top. I was the first guy to go from regular season of Top Chef to Master season. It was an incredible honor. One of the greatest things about competing is the fact that you get to go in there and kind of set aside the day-to-day stuff for a little bit and just focus on cooking. It was exciting. Range was a restaurant that had me scared to open. I knew that we were going to create something that was going to be extremely different. The concept itself, just a menu, philosophy, and we've created a new dining option, a new menu structure. And so now that people are getting it, they enjoy it. One thing that I try to stay rooted in is fundamental cooking. I fell in love with pickles and brines.
So this is a rotisserie chicken. We roast it slowly over rotisserie after we brine it for 3 days. It's served with garlic and lemon and some herbs.
We're out creating a dish. Obviously we look to the past to sort of build a new idea, but sometimes we love to take it into the future and represent it in a new way. Presentation is a huge factor in the way that we present a dish, but make food still fun to eat. That's what matters. And delicious. Of course. I find myself now just trying to figure out where I want to go next. I want to be in family meal, Volt today, Range, and so I'm trying to get some sort of a set schedule because I want to cook in all of the restaurants all the time. It's great to have enthusiastic people who are working around you and support you, and that's what enables us to do more. Sometimes I go into a kitchen and they're like, "Chef, you need to leave." I try to create spare time now, especially because I have a growing family, and that's not spare time. That's owed time, that's due time, that's fun time. Certainly, becoming a parent changed the way I thought about food. It was important when we were going out there looking for ingredients that we changed the way that we thought about how we're going to do that. That was sort of the inspiration behind how we procure our ingredients.
What I love about DC is we can actually get really great fresh product in this area and have it at our fingertips, within 150 to 200 miles away.
I'm still rooted in Maryland, but it's great to still extend myself down into DC. I just can't see myself flying to a restaurant. It's really important to me that I can get to my restaurants and be a part of the experience. So you won't see me going too far outside the metro area.
You can expect the best at the Comfort Inn & Suites Dulles Airport. Conveniently located only 10 minutes from the airport, there's a free shuttle for guests from 5 a.m. to midnight. You'll love our accommodations, as well as our friendly and helpful staff. And you'll also love our full hot breakfast every morning, along with a free manager's reception every Tuesday night. The Comfort Inn & Suites Dulles Airport gives you all of this and more in your stylish home away from home.
Here on Faded vs. Fresh, we visit some cool hipster places to relax, indulge, and enjoy some of DC's great culture. Let's check them out. We all know and love Starbucks, but there are so many coffee spots in DC, you're better off trying out one of the indies. Welcome to Tryst. Since 1998, Tryst has had a home on the Adams Morgan Strip and is still a hot, trendy spot to chill with a cup of coffee or tea. The atmosphere is awesome and includes paintings, bold colors, and comfy couches to accompany the cafe's made-to-order food and frappes. Wait, is that a bar? Yes, Tryst even serves up craft cocktails. Grab a drink and wind down at Tryst's many events held on weekdays and weeknights. The National Gallery of Art is one of the most popular art museums in the city. It houses more than 130,000 paintings and encompasses art from the Middle Ages to today. What other cool artsy spots does the city have to offer? Check out the National Portrait Gallery. Located just a block away from the Verizon Center, the National Portrait Gallery's collection has a wide range of paintings, sculpture, and photographs. This exhibit, Dancing the Dream, is a new addition to the gallery and is set to be open through mid-July. After checking out this cool exhibit, grab a snack and relax in the stunning new Kogod Courtyard, named for Washington philanthropists Robert and Arlene Kogod. Wait, we're not quite done. Connected to the National Portrait Gallery is the American Art Museum. That's right, 2 museums in one. Inside the American Art Museum is the Lincoln Gallery, which displays a collection of modern and contemporary art and showcases pieces that are eye-popping and very different. Come and visit. Another huge tourist attraction that's also enjoyed by locals is Chinatown. Boasting great bars, cool shops, and authentic Asian cuisine, what's not to like? And if you're on the hunt for an edgier scene in the area, swing by Toki Underground on 8th Street. This ramen dive has a mellow, urban vibe that's perfect for a quick bite or casual dinner date. The ramen noodle bowls come prepared with several fresh ingredients. And don't worry, vegetarians, you have plenty of meatless options here. Kick back with good old sake or a signature cocktail and enjoy the flyest noodle spot in the city.
I'm a full-time blogger. My blog is called Popville, and the mission of the site is to really connect people with the city. It started with me observing, things that I liked about the city. And it sort of spread into not only just me observing, but all the many, many readers observing. DC has changed so much. The restaurant and bar scene has just exploded. The first place that I would take you to is also the newest place. It's a French bistro restaurant called Le Diplomate. It's probably one of the nicest built new restaurants in the entire city. The menu itself is spectacular. It's from a well-known owner chef. from Philadelphia called Steven Starr. It sits on a beautiful corner, large lot. The greenery, the outdoor seating. It's a good example of how the neighborhood has changed as well. There's a very cool oyster bar called Pearl Dive Oyster Palace. So we're at Pearl Dive Oyster Palace right now, which is on the first floor, and then Blackjack Bar, which is on the second floor. It's got a really cool sort of indoor-outdoor vibe. You can actually sit at a bar on the outside facing the bar. It's very sort of chill, dark, comfortable. You can have like 4 or 5 people meet there, and it's spacious enough that you don't feel like you're totally cramped. And it's pretty new too, you know, less than 2 years old. We're at Church Key and Birch and Barley. Church Key upstairs, Birch and Barley downstairs. Upstairs is more like a bar where you can get bar eats and drink beer. Downstairs is more restaurant dining. The coolest thing about this spot is the craft beer. It's known for having one of the best craft beer lists in the whole city. It's also a great spot for a happy hour to meet people after work. Now I'm off to take some pictures and grab a drink. Check me out on popphil.com.
Welcome to the Comfort Suite Chantilly, where little luxuries and impeccable service go hand in hand. This exceptional hotel is located just minutes from Dulles Airport, with a free transportation service provided to guests. You'll also find clean, comfortable rooms with free high-speed internet, microwaves, and refrigerators. And if you want a little fitness when traveling, check out our workout room or go for a dip in our indoor pool. Top everything off with a free hot breakfast every morning while you read a complimentary newspaper. Comfort Suite Chantilly, a gracious home away from home.
Air Force Ones,
11,
Kobe 2s, Air Pippin 2s, Hyper Flights.
What's going on, everybody? Jamel Johnson reporting live from SneakerCon. Welcome to SneakerCon! The flyest people in the universe have all collected in one building. More snapbacks than the 70s got hatchbacks. Let's go check it out. So sneakers are kind of a big deal right now. The industry is worth more than $75 billion worldwide, and that's not including the resale markets on eBay or at events like this, where a rare signature release can sell for well over $1,000. And I can see why. LeBron Fruity Pebbles, I think I got a toothache. Ay, Dios mío. Python 11, she's about to get bit, bro. I'm here with
Tierra. SneakerCon is a major networking event, just allowing people from the sneaker world to the fashion industry just to come together. It's kind of cool to actually see people that we follow on Instagram and on Twitter.
What makes a sneakerhead a sneakerhead?
The price you pay for sneakers.
The person that takes pride in every shoe that they have.
A sneakerhead is willing to pay over $300 to $500 for sneakers. A regular person that's buying sneakers, not gonna pay that much.
You don't have to show somebody that you're really a sneakerhead. I don't really believe in half these sneakerheads, for real. You get one shoe and another shoe, what? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come out with a bang.
I've seen some of the flyest stuff I've never seen before, man. A lot of little kids hustling.
11 size 9.
A lot of tired moms. Teresa, nice to meet you. What's your favorite pair of shoes, man? And you don't gotta say something here. Are you into like flats?
I'm positives. We were looking for them for an hour.
What's the craziest thing you do to like find some shoes for your kids?
This is probably the craziest. I don't do this.
I'm here with Tony. Macaroni Tony. What tips do you have for the avid sneakerhead to keep their stuff clean?
Keep them in the box.
Very true.
Nah, you want to know the real tip to keep your shoes clean? Get you some refreshed.
Oh my God! When was the last time you got clowned about a pair of shoes you were wearing?
I probably was in middle school.
Probably back in 5th grade when I had no money.
So when was the last time you made fun of somebody?
When I see some fake Jordans.
More from SneakerCon after these messages.
Please do your part to keep our airport green by recycling paper, plastic, cans and glass bottles in the receptacles located throughout the concourses.
The thing about SneakerCon is it's really all about buying and selling. Not a lot of the sessions or symposiums typical of a conference. Just a lot of this.
300 even?
3 pair of phones with $300. Phones cost $250.
Here with my man Jason. What are your wares, my friend?
LeBron player exclusive and the Jordan samples, and we got Yeezys.
How do you really feel about the Yeezys, like you yourself?
Too expensive. All the people want Yeezys.
You're not gonna turn into Kanye if you get them, you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna pay that Kanye paper. Just as I was talking to that kid about his Yeezys, this guy swooped in with the Kanye West shoes in question that he was looking to unload for $2,500 a pair. Now those retail for $225, but sold out instantly. With prices this inflated, I had to wonder if this type of growth was sustainable. But I was really surprised how conscious of this everyone seemed. I'm here with my man James with, what's the name of your company?
New York City Cloth.
I'm here with Elliot. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's the deal?
The state of the shoe game, like, shoes are retailing for $150, and then they're reselling for like a stack. That's $1,000 for you lambs. Can it keep going up, or do you think it's gonna blow up like the housing market?
You see things online, $3,500, $4,000. They're not worth that much until they actually sell. You know, I saw these guys sell a few pairs for less than what they go for online.
Do you feel like the shoe market is gonna blow out like houses?
If you go back to the 1600s when France had the tulip craze, right? It was the very first rise and fall of any kind of market. You look at the housing market, you look at the dot-com boom and bust. Every market is cyclical and has an increase and then falls out. And the shoe game's on the rise right now. But I guarantee you within the next 18 months, most likely, we're going to see the bottom fall out. You have bad valuations that aren't true to what the product's worth. Ain't no shoe really worth $3,000.
First and only Victorian France reference at SneakerCon. Give it up for social studies class. I guess in a marketplace where your asset loses value every time you wear it out of the house, you gotta take it in stride. Strides with your feet. But after 3 hours surrounded by Jordan silhouettes and teenagers looking way cooler than myself, it was time for me to do the comedic dismount. You know what I learned today at SneakerCon? That kids work harder than me. I've never seen so much fly apparel in one building. I'm not fly enough. They make custom socks now. There's a few 12-year-olds with a bigger net worth than my whole 2012. I seen a little kid with a Mighty Ducks bucket hat on. This event was insane. SneakerCon 2013.
Welcome to the Hilton Crystal City, adjacent to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Our rooms are spacious and comfortable, and if you want to relax, don't forget to check out our indoor rooftop heated pool along with a 24-hour fitness center. We have great dining at Bistro Ondine's, and you can relax with a drink in Clark's Lobby Lounge. We offer free hotel shuttle service to Metro, nearby shopping and restaurants. Hilton Crystal City, a gorgeous space in the heart of Arlington. Welcome to the Goodstone Inn and Restaurant, a 5-star romantic country inn and French country restaurant situated on 265 rolling acres in the heart of Virginia's wine and hunt country. Here, you'll find 18 elegant guest rooms and suites. Hungry for amazing food? The 5-star restaurant at Goodstone features farm-to-table fare with the freshest ingredients.
I don't actually remember a time when I wasn't making art. An unkindness refers to a gathering of ravens. There's no way that I tell any of the viewers that come to the show how they need to feel, what they need to feel, what they should be asking or questioning. All I could ever hope for this exhibition is that it facilitates conversation.
Mia's work is incredibly special because it's incredibly immersive.
This piece is in response specifically to a reclamation site that I encountered in the tar sands. The rink came a little bit later. For me, the rink is a symbol of Canada. It's a symbol of the Canadian landscape, and to be able to use this petroleum material instead of ice, to me, spoke about the disappearance of winter, Canada's sort of, transition to being a petro state.
Mia is intense. Her work just surrounds you and directly involves you in the sense that you are in some way implicated, and it causes you to think about what the work means and what the culture of oil is doing to us.
The term beauty gets thrown around so much, I feel like, in the art world, but I really never understood what beauty meant until I was sailing under the midnight sun in the Arctic Circle. While I was building this structure, I decided to use all these little tiles. They're actually not made out of porcelain. The reason that they glow the way they do is because they are made from Dow Chemical blue fanfold insulation foam. When I light the piece with this very blue light, it makes the blue styrofoam glow in a really similar way that ancient ice glows. The older the ice, the bluer it glowed, and we were all mystified by it. This piece for me is sort of the treasure of the exhibition. I ended up scavenging for materials, and I was crawling around this collapsed coal mine in Longyearbyen, and I'd found this old roll of tar paper. I started collecting bits of trash that washed up on the shores of the Arctic fjords. And I had this really amazing conversation with one of my guides. She was telling me about the experiential difference between riding a dog sled through the Arctic landscape as opposed to a gasoline-powered snowmobile. And it was a really inspiring conversation, and so I was really compelled to build this dog sled.
I think something that's really extraordinary about this show is the way that it really invites viewers into it.
For the past 30 years, I have been working towards having a show of this scale in a space as amazing as the space of the Corcoran, so it's pretty unbelievable.
The Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority is pleased to offer travelers at Reagan National and Dulles International Airports free Wi-Fi service. To log on from your electronic device, simply open your browser, find the airport's Wi-Fi link, and let your online search begin. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and wherever you roam throughout Reagan National and Dulles International Airports.
My name is Risa Renee, plan on going worldwide with this go-go swing. Soldiers from the DMV, what are you saying? DC, Maryland, Virginia, stamp.
You inspire me to ride to the city. And yes, I will bring everything to the table that you placed in me.
Art in itself means freedom for me, and music is just my vehicle to be able to just express everything. I got started with music, I guess it's more of I got started with poetry. I started writing because I didn't know I could sing. My brother made beats and I used to like play around with his beats and stuff. And then I just started singing, and when I did, it just felt so right. Colorful is a word I would use to describe my music and me. You can't really put a lid on it, it's just vibrant. It's just, DC is the best city on earth. Why do I say that? Because I'm flipping from here. PG County, DC metropolitan area, like, the culture, I get accused of having too much pride for where I'm from, but you can't ever have too much pride. I love my city. Thanks to Wale, I say it 1,000 times, but we're just now getting somewhat of a recognition and a respect. People don't necessarily respect the music that comes from here with the Go-Go's and the Chuck Browns. Go-Go is the heartbeat of the city. It's a tradition, it's a culture. That's us, it's our identity. Can't nobody ever take that away from us. The release is a gumbo of just different styles. And most importantly, it was me kind of discovering myself and my voice and the whole process of finding my outlet. To have Tabby, because he was actually the first person that jumped on, just kind of take me under his wing and jump on board with what we were doing was amazing. For it being the first project, I think it's very important and cool that everything we did at home. And as I've moved forward and grown and worked on my national base as well, I'm gonna be so proud, even as I release more albums to come, that I was able to start on my home base. I want to be a staple for, the people from where I'm from. So not a lot of us make it out. So I wanted to be able to join the bands of those people that made it out, just continue to make a mark for the city and beat the stigma. My success thus far, again, attest to my talent, and on top of that is due to the support of the radio stations, WPGC, WKYS, Easy Street, the support of the people here, the support of the venues here, the Howard Theater, the Fillmore. Chuck Brown took me and allowed me to open up for him as well, New Year's right before he passed, which was so amazing. Everybody has welcomed me with open arms. I just love my city. So long, farewell, goodbye, my friend, 'cause you got me loose, you got me open, baby,
open up your heart, maybe we can do some late night conversations. Baby, take me away.
Georgetown University's McDonough School of Business, located in the center of global business and policy in Washington, D.C., integrates traditional business school training with an understanding of the policy and social realities that shape global markets. Georgetown's academic business programs include an undergraduate degree, full-time evening and executive MBA programs, an executive master's in leadership, and a diverse range of custom programs. Known for its global mindset, Georgetown's McDonough School of Business develops strong leaders who are capable of making complex business decisions and dedicated to serving their companies and society. Students who work with and learn from Georgetown's world-renowned faculty and business leaders join a strong community of achievement. Housed in a brand new, world-class facility, students at Georgetown's McDonough School of Business become future leaders in state-of-the-art classrooms that channel even greater focus and resources into learning and teaching. The future of business is here. Georgetown means business.